What a great time it would be to do a little bit of gardening. So Megan Bailey joins us today from the Warren County Extension Office, and today we're talking about gardening in small spaces. Megan, great to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
Okay, let's just begin by telling everybody what makes small space gardening different, than traditional gardening people might do.
Well, most of the time people think I have to garden in rows, it's going to take a lot of space, and I need to be a farmer to do it. But that could not be more untrue. Because with small space gardening, we can actually move your gardening to your back patio. You don't even have to have a yard. So it's great for people that live in apartments or somebody that has a small yard. And even if you have room for gardening, this is such an easier thing to do than what we traditionally think about gardening.
So how much space ideally do you need even to do this small space gardening?
Well, you would ideally want a 4 foot by 4 foot space.
Okay.
But the example we have here today is 2 foot by 2 foot, which will work just as well. It depends on you, but a 4 foot by 4 foot space can actually feed a family of 4 during the growing season.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize you could do that much.
Right. What's so great is kind of like what we have here. I had divided into square foot sections.
Okay.
So that's why gardening in small spaces is so easy, because you only need 1 square foot to grow something like a tomato plant like we have here.
Okay, yeah, tell me kind of what we have here.
Okay.
Today. What's in here?
What we have today is this is a Roma tomato, and it requires 1 square foot, just like I said. And this is basil, so you can grow your herbs.
Is that what I'm smelling? Okay,
yes.
I was wondering, that smells
Yes,
so good.
that is the basil. And some of our smaller plants, like we have in the front, is onions, and you can actually have 16 of those in 1 square foot. So that's a lot of onions, really.
That really is, yeah.
Because you can do a lot with that. And then me personally, I like to make my garden look pretty as well as be efficient.
Yeah.
So what we have here are some begonias, and they're great to go in your garden because, they kind of blend in with everything. They give it a little color, and they're not going to overtake your garden like some other flowers would.
That's really pretty. I like that springy kind of pink color. Okay, let's talk about fertilizing.
Fertilizing. Okay, what's great about this is you don't have to have fertilizer.
Okay.
And the reason for that too is you're not using the soil that you already have. You're putting your own soil inside of this garden. So your fertilizing compound should already be in there, so you don't have to fertilize.
Okay. Okay, so if someone does one of these, how long can they expect to see kind of their products last?
Okay, what you will want to do is start your season early.
Okay.
So as soon as springtime is starting to get here, you can go ahead and start planting, and you can actually get 3 different harvests off of your gardening. So if you plant it appropriately by planting your spring-loving plants in the spring, getting those off, doing your summer, and then your fall plants.
Okay. Let's talk about what is a pizza garden.
Okay, a pizza garden I think is very exciting because I love pizza.
Yeah.
I think most people do. And with a square foot garden, you can actually plant everything you need to make your pizza besides your dough itself. So like your basil that you have here, your tomatoes, your onions. Like here you've already got a start to
Kind
a
of
pizza
got
garden.
a pizza garden. Cool.
Right.
Okay, tell me these strings that we have on here. What's the purpose of having these?
The strings, that is more of a visual for you to remember what your sections are. And a lot of times you can actually use wood or something besides string if you want it to be permanently there.
Okay. Okay, now if people want to find out more information about this, you got a class coming up. Is it tomorrow,
It
right?
is tomorrow. We have a square foot garden tomorrow, and we'll also go over more of your pizza garden, so you know exactly everything you need. And the number to call us is 842-1681. And if everybody can go ahead and call us today, so we make sure we have enough information to give everybody that day.
Now, who can come out to this?
This is open to anybody that is interested in coming.
Okay, and where's it going to be?
It's at the Warren County Extension Office.
Okay.
And it's free to the public.
Okay. What kind of information can they expect to see, if someone wants to come out to this?
What they're going to see is actually how to build the boards themselves.
Okay.
They're going to figure out the exact thing that they need to use in their soil to make sure that they're getting the most yields out of their product. We'll also show them the plants that they can put in there, as well as the seasons like we talked about earlier.
Okay, now is there a limit on the number of people that can attend this, kind of a limit on space?
No, we're inviting everybody. We'll make room as long as you want to be there.
Now, do you have one of these at your own house that you're doing?
I do not, but I have a neighbor that does, and he has been very successful with it so far. So,
and this would also, even if you do have the room for, a whole big garden, this might be good for people who haven't done any before to kind of get started.
And not only people that hadn't done any, but maybe people that used to enjoy gardening, but I just can't get out there and weed today, different things like that. These can actually be built up on posts.
Okay.
So anybody can do it. You know, you don't have to bend over. It'll be a perfect spot for you.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Okay, now, again, you said you'd like them to call you today.
Right, call us today. That way
Okay.
we make sure we have enough stuff for you.
You see the info here on your screen. As she said, this is great for anybody that just doesn't have as much space for a traditional garden. You could come to this square foot gardening class that they have out there at the Extension office tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Call them at this number or email Joanna Coles. You see her email address right here on the screen for a little bit more information. Megan, great to have you with us today. We'll hope for good weather, for people wanting to start out with these gardens.
If there isn't good weather tomorrow, we'll still be having this.
Still have the class. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll be back in a second.